There are films that follow the rules, and then there are films that rewrite them entirely. They arrive like a storm, altering the landscape of cinema and leaving everything that comes after changed. In 1995, one such storm broke. It was a film drenched in rain and despair, a story that dared to look into the abyss and refused to blink. David Fincher's Seven was more than just a thriller. It was a declaration. It proposed that the genre could be more than just a cat-and-mouse game. It could be a philosophical and moral battleground. It wasn't about the jump scares, but the creeping dread. It wasn't about if the killer would be caught, but what the cost of catching him would be. Today, we peel back the layers of this cinematic masterwork. These are the top 5 ways Seven redefined what a thriller could be. Number 5. The atmosphere as a character. Most thrillers use their setting as a simple backdrop. Seven does something different. Its unnamed city isn't just a location, it's a living, breathing entity of decay. The rain is constant, washing the streets but cleansing nothing. The filth and grime seem to seep through the very film stock. Fincher and cinematographer Darius Khondji crafted a world devoid of hope, using a bleach bypass process to crush the blacks and desaturate the colors, creating a visual palette of oppressive gloom. This wasn't just an aesthetic choice, it was a thematic one. The city reflects the internal state of its inhabitants, weary, corrupted, and drowning. Detective Somerset wants to escape it, Detective Mills wants to save it, and John Doe sees himself as its righteous purifier. The environment is no longer passive, it becomes an active antagonist, a physical manifestation of the moral rot at the story's core, proving that the scariest place isn't a haunted house, but a world that has lost its soul. Number 4. The villain you never see. In a conventional thriller, the antagonist is often a visible presence, taunting the heroes, their face a mask of evil. Seven subverts this expectation with masterful restraint. For the first 2/3 of the film, John Doe is a phantom. We don't see his face, we don't hear his voice, we only see the aftermath of his work, the horrific, meticulously staged tableaus of the 7 deadly sins. He exists as an idea, a ghost in the machine, his intellect and methodology inferred from the clues he leaves behind. This absence makes him infinitely more terrifying. He isn't a man, he's a force of nature, an omnipresent intelligence always 5 steps ahead. The true horror isn't in seeing the monster, but in realizing the sheer scale of his conviction. When he finally does appear, walking into the police station covered in blood, it's not a moment of triumph for the detectives, it's the beginning of his final act. The monster was never the point. His message was. Number 3. Redefining the police procedural. The police procedural is a staple of the thriller genre, a comfortable formula of clues, red herrings, and the eventual capture. Seven uses this structure only to dismantle it. The investigation itself is a descent into madness. Somerset and Mills aren't finding clues that lead to a culprit, they are following a breadcrumb trail meticulously laid out for them. The film focuses less on the how done it and more on the why done it. The library scenes, where Somerset delves into classic literature like Dante's Inferno and Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, elevate the investigation from a police matter to a philosophical inquiry. The clues aren't fingerprints or fibers, they are literary references and moral provocations. This intellectual depth turned the genre on its head. The detectives weren't just solving a crime, they were being given a sermon, forced to confront the apathy and decay John Doe railed against. The real puzzle wasn't the killer's identity, but the grim truth behind his philosophy. Number 2. The primacy of screenplay. A thriller can often survive on style and suspense alone. Seven is a testament to the power of a near-perfect script. Andrew Kevin Walker's screenplay is a masterclass in structure, theme, and character. Every line of dialogue, every plot point, clicks into place with the precision of a Swiss watch. The dynamic between the world-weary Somerset and the idealistic Mills is the film's emotional engine, their opposing worldviews driving the narrative as much as the hunt for John Doe. But its true genius lies in its thematic integrity. The film doesn't just use the 7 deadly sins as a gimmick, it explores them. It asks uncomfortable questions about sin, punishment, and the nature of evil in a godless world. The narrative is an unflinching philosophical argument that builds layer by layer to its devastating conclusion. By prioritizing a dense, intelligent, and morally complex script, Seven proved that a thriller could be as intellectually rigorous and thought-provoking as any prestige drama. It gave the genre a literary weight it rarely possessed. Number 1. What's in the box? An ending can make or break a film. The ending of Seven doesn't just conclude the story, it detonates it, leaving an impact crater on cinema history. The studio famously fought for a more conventional, happier ending. Fincher, Pitt, and Freeman fought back, understanding that the film's entire philosophical structure depended on its final, horrific moments. In that desolate, sun-bleached landscape, the game is no longer about catching a killer. It's about a battle for one man's soul. John Doe has already won. His plan was never about escaping, it was about completing his work. The final 2 sins, envy and wrath, are not just revealed, they are enacted. The reveal is not visual, we never see what's in the box. The horror is entirely psychological, conveyed through the actors' performances and the audience's dawning realization. By refusing to show the atrocity, the film forces us to imagine it, making it infinitely more powerful. It's an ending that denies catharsis, offering only despair. It cemented Seven's legacy, proving that the most terrifying thrillers are the ones that don't just scare you, but haunt you with an inescapable truth. The patterns of our world are not always random. Sometimes a single event, a single work of art, can shift the entire code, creating a new timeline for everything that follows. Seven was one of those events. It taught us that the greatest horrors are not supernatural, but are born from the darkness within the human heart. It demonstrated that a film could be both a commercial success and an uncompromising piece of art. The truth it revealed doesn't disappear. It simply waits in the shadows, in the rain-soaked streets of our own world, reminding us that evil is patient. And it always has a plan. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate explorations into the hidden corners of culture and history, please consider subscribing for more.